Peripeteia is a game I first picked up after watching one Charlatan Wonders video, Peripeteia, the cyberpunk immersive sim. The visuals are striking and new, and each clip within the video bled an atmosphere. Atmosphere, a thing not many games incorporate, and even less encompass. Thus you can imagine my surprise when, in a gaming rut, I discovered such a refreshing, new, bold, exciting game, which has simply captivated my attention for the days I've had it, and the now 50 hours I've spent completely submerged in its depth of soul and atmosphere. Beginning the game I was jarred. Dull and colourless, the scrapyard I was placed within reminded me of my experiences with Far Cry 2. Slaughterhouse, cockfights, those browns, greys, and off-coloured whites from the fluorescent lights came back as I stood under the haze of a flickering green light, unknowing and unaware of the world I was in. When starting Peripeteia by design, you are just as clueless and lost as Marie is. Having had her memories wiped due to circumstances found out rather quickly, with this joint starting level of knowledge aiding the game massively as you ascend from the scrapyard and venture into the world, you feel the same sense of discovery that Marie does when gazing out onto distant towers and wondering, what's over there? Will I ever go there? And the rule of thumb with Peri is yes, you can go there. Anything 3D within this game is a place you can visit, often with the reward of new and unique weapons ripe for sale or use, and it's in these places that the angel that is Peripeteia gains its wings. The faded brickwork and metal structures, the self-described industrial architecture, it makes you feel like you're an ant within a greater colony, or better yet, a lost spark of electricity in a computer long since broken, winding through the fried circuitry of a machine which you know not the purpose of, nor the maker of, or the wider scope of. Places and cities whose design you can grasp, but never understand, fill the game with this wonder that is core to the experience of Peri. Standing atop the first roof and climbing my way over top of tower and plaza, tight roping on the thick metal wires rusted and groaning beneath foot. I'd become so used to the linearity of games, become so used to the assuredness given to me by flashing arrows and easy diagram tutorials that I'd come to forget the beauty that comes with being lost in a world bigger than you, that truly feels alive. Much akin to a personal favourite, Kenshi, the world of Peri at first glance shares in many of the aesthetic notes that Kenshi indulges in. Within Kenshi, each one of the cities, bazaars, way stations and labs exists within or around the bones of two major empires. The world of Kenshi does not take place in a post-apocalypse, but a post-apocalypse, where the runoffs of the runoff of a dead civilization is all the inhabitants of the arid moon have to survive on. And yet humanity continues, growing, or more accurately, shrinking, into the confines of the world it's been placed in. This same idea is repeated in Peripeteia, from what I can glean of the cryptic yet hyper-engaging lore drops given by the occasional passing civvy or disgruntled bartend. The world you are exploring has been through war, genocide, regime change, and even now civil unrest and poverty. This feeling of oppressive regime, the overflowing presence of both real and fictitious history in the presence of this world, makes it all the more believable. Too much today has writing been either sanitised or simplified for an infantilized audience, yet Peripeteia cuts against the grain in portraying a world both gritty and dark, yet wholly believable, complex and steeped in history, and utterly well thought out, which only adds to its overall atmosphere. The gameplay too reflects this, part of the aesthetical whole of the product. The final feeling when playing a game will come from the gameplay. And in this respect, Peri excels. Ludonarrative harmony is the only way to describe it. Scrounging for ammo in burnt-out rubbish bins, sneaking through crumbling buildings, the freedom to climb or descend as you please. It's at all points that you feel the interconnectedness and scale of these maps, the verticality adding to the feeling of being either trapped in a crumbling hell or atop the giant carcass of a city. Either being looked down on by the ribs of industry, these towering factory complexes and apartment blocks, or instead looking down from atop these spires, watching the vultures below pick apart what is left of the scarred lands. The gunplay too comes with this rugged realism. The fights feel action-packed, the screaming of pinned soldiers over radios which flicker with interruption and faulty circuitry, the moving of glowing viewports in the dark, the grime and rust on the sight of your rifle, the low time to kill. It builds upon itself. And it's as you sat behind the ruins of a crumbled, toppled statue, loading in the next rounds by hand, that you realise this game has captured a feeling rarely seen in gaming today. A pure atmosphere of its own, not seen in any work before. Wholly unique. Although this review is short, and mainly comprised of me completely ball-washing this game, it's simply because it demands to be tried. I've avoided all spoilers and kept lore and level settings vague because this game is best experienced while lost and adrift in the world you know nothing about. It's with confidence that I give my first award on the Destroyer scale to Peripeteia. Not an S for the slight jank, not an A because it's, at the end of the day, unfinished, but a solid B. A must play when on sale and a heavy consideration when not. Go out and try it for yourself. You won't regret it.